So we keep talking about the poachers. We keep talking about who they're killing among rhinos and elephants primarily, but it is other things too. And it's like everything else. It comes back to money. But how do we get all the way? Like, how many layers are there to this? So when you're doing an investigation and you're talking about this money could end up in the hands of ISIS, it's not like you're with very dangerous people, as we covered, but it's not like you're sitting in there with Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, right? You're in there with some local middleman who gets this asset to people like ISIS and other places. But it's not just ISIS. It's Boko Haram. It's foreign countries who are just, they don't give a shit about the animals, and they're using it as power symbols like the ivory in China and stuff. So from the ground level, how does it work? Who are the people actually taking the shot? How many people are in between? And then what types of people are on the other ends?
Yeah, there's no size fits all with this. So there are, in South Africa, it's not just a bunch of poor guys trying to feed their family or send their daughters to boarding school. These are guys that, there are ISIS cells down there. There are.
That are actually killing the animals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
really?
These are the same guys. Dude, they will, if they catch a park ranger, they will torture them. They'll kill their family, everything.
The poachers.
Yep. These are scumbags.
Wow.
This is exploitation to the max.
I did not realize this. I thought it was all, I thought the bottom level, like the people who were actually doing the dirty work, were all like just some of the locals who they buy off.
No. Now in East Africa, what'll happen typically is they'll go to a very remote village. They'll bring their top dogs as the protection team. These are Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram. These are rebel groups that are, making money off of trafficking humans or drugs or you name it. These are bad people. They kill people, and not just kill them, they kill them brutally. So they'll bring them in. They will exploit that man, and he will have to track that elephant for days. When they get there, he'll go in with them. They're his protection entourage, his protective detail with the semi-automatic machine guns. Meanwhile, he's using a gun that's probably 50 years old that he buries in the dirt and pulls it out, and it is a huge caliber. It's 3.75 or 4.58 typically. Imagine that. It's an elephant round. It's huge.
Yeah.
They go out. He shoots the animal. They hack the tusks off. They take off with him. He gets 0.5% of, let's say it's $1 million. That guy will probably get $1,000, and then they're out.
Wow.
Now then those tusks go to the middleman. He has them transport them to the guy in the local hub, which is a medium-sized metropolitan area. Then another guy will take that to the port where he's infiltrated.
And money is changing hands at each layer, right?
Money is changing.
It just keeps going up.
It's changing hands, or it has exchanged hands in a deposit type of system. And the big one is getting it through the ports. The ports, they infiltrate the law enforcement there in most cases, so insider threats, and it's not all of them. All you need is one guy. And they're able to smuggle it out in normal shipping containers. They'll hide it in anything and everything they can. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And what's the metric again for elephant tusks? Like, how much does it go for per kilogram?
At the peak, it was about $80,000 a kilo, I believe.
And how much?
80 or 90?
I think for elephant tusk, it's always been a bit lower, but with rhino horn, it's about 70, 80.
There was a time where I believe it was 90,000 a kilo, yeah, which is crazy. But
how much does the average rhino horn and how much does the average elephant tusk weigh?
An elephant tusk is what, 50 kilos?
Depends, on
Yeah.
the animal.
Yeah, and it also depends on the bloodline. Because certain bloodlines, they call it the big tusker bloodline, they have massive tusks, and their offspring will have massive tusks. Other bloodlines are going down because they're being poached at such a rapid rate. The big tusker bloodline is almost gone.
Oh, that's scary.
The first big tusker I ever saw was poached. Yep. Not while I was there. But
what was his name? The elephant.
I don't even remember, but I got an amazing picture of
Like
him.
Sabo or Safo, was that it?
No, but I know the one that you're talking about. Yeah,
They did it. There's a great
It was in
documentary.
Sabo that he was poached. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. There's
yeah.
a great documentary on Netflix called The Ivory Game that I would highly suggest people watch. It's from 2016. Leonardo DiCaprio was actually one of the people who helped fund it, I believe. Check
he did.
that. But they dedicated the documentary to that elephant who had his tusks were so big they were like touching the ground, and then he was
They
poached.
crossed, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. They were
close to it.
huge. They were huge. It looked like almost fake, and you're like, oh my god. And I Googled it afterwards because obviously I knew he had been poached, and I think he was poached in like 2014 or 2015. It's so sad, man.
Yep.
I can imagine then, his tusks were going for millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, maybe.
All to sit behind some rich guy's desk.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please hit that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.